Grammy Award-winning Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park has become quite successful with his side project, Fort Minor. Fort Minor, on the strength of their debut album, The Rising Tide, has been nominated in MTV Asia for Favorite Breakthrough Artist. Shinoda, who recently won a Grammy Award for Best Rap Collaboration for Collision Course with Jay-Z, had the luxury of having Jay-Z produce Fort Minor's debut as well. Shinoda talked recently about recording of The Rising Tide and having Jay-Z once again in the studio producing the album.
You know, after sitting down with him a little bit and working with him on that, we just kind of realized we saw eye to eye on some things. And as I was, at that point, I started thinking about the Fort Minor record. You know, the first ideas for the album came up. And really, I was just doing them casually. Over time, you know, more and more people kept telling me, you should do this. This is great. You need to put this out. And Jay was one of those people who was really supportive. I got him on board, and he didn't write anything. He didn't write any lyrics or music. But what he did to me is just as important, because when you're in the studio, you listen to a song a million times, and it's important to get a fresh ear, a person who can come in and listen to it for the very first time and tell you, you know, with their expert opinion, what they think of the song, if it's a keeper for the album or if it needs more work. Jay actually did. We would have, every time I'd have a batch of songs, we'd have a meeting with Jay.
The Rising Tide also features a star-studded list of guest appearances like Black Thought of the Roots, Common, and fellow Grammy Award winner John Legend. Shinoda also talked about having a few of his friends contribute to Fort Minor's album.
I kind of wanted to do it with people I know and people that I know get the vibe and whatnot. John Legend is one of those guys on the record that, you know, he's actually the one, a kind of almost exception that I met while I was making the record. So it is fun. People ask me about him a little bit because that kind of, I think that combination was a really unique one for the record.
It doesn't appear Fort Minor will have much time to tour, as Linkin Park are already working on their next album. Also set to co-produce the album with Mike Shinoda will be none other than the legendary Rick Rubin. Look for the band to be in the studio for most of 2006, with hopefully a new studio album by the end of the year.
He's given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect.